we've made it to Brattleboro, and this is where I pretty much lived for a year, twice a week, right here in this hotel. It was a cute little place, and I came and stayed there once a week when I would do the ozone treatments 4 times a week. I would do 2 on Thursdays and 2 on Fridays. Cute little town of Brattleboro. So this is Brattleboro, and there's a little, like, I don't know if you want to call it like a coffee shop type thing down here. Super fresh, that's what it's called. So good. It's all organic and like vegan and everything. What else does it say? It's raw, it's gluten-free, vegetarian, soy-free. So good. Check it out. So we just finished the testing and we're on our way home. 3 hours later and $400 later, I feel more confused than ever, and I think I'm gonna go home, do some research, and then get back to y'all, and maybe y'all can help me figure this out because I am at a loss right now. Seriously wondering if there's anything more frustrating than trying to figure out new pill schedules. I had just done this one over here, and now after my naturopath appointment, I have to add so many more in, literally starting at 5:30 a.m. I'm definitely not complaining because I'm insanely grateful for all the support of the doctors that I have and a great team of doctors, but it's just like 30 minutes before breakfast, 1 hour after breakfast, 1 hour after that. It's just non-stop, and I feel like people don't realize how difficult it really is to have a chronic illness. It's not just a walk in the park. Like, just because I'm not able to work doesn't mean that I'm not constantly trying to work on being better at home constantly, and it's just sometimes so overwhelming. So it was a long weekend. It started on Friday with my New York neurologist appointment, and then we drove straight to Vermont because I was meeting with my naturopath, who I hadn't seen in a year, and they are at the Windhorse Naturopathic Clinic in Brattleboro, Vermont. Love them. They're so sweet. They've become family to me. But so I went up to see her on Monday, and I hadn't seen them in a year, and she decided to do autonomic response testing on me, and she was just like certified with Dr. Klinhart. I always say his name wrong, but he is a very well-known Lyme literate doctor who is in Seattle at, I believe, the Sophia Institute. My naturopath works with him, under him type thing. So that's been super great, super helpful. It's always good to know that, like, you have doctors that like also collaborate with other Lyme literate doctors and stuff, just to get kind of the big picture. More people on your team's always a good thing. So anyway, she just finished learning the autonomic response testing, and that has to do with your autonomic nervous system, which is like everything that's like not consciously controlled. Moose is coming in for an appearance right now. But so that has to do with like your blood pressure, your heart rate, breathing, temperature. I'm also reading a little like article because I know that I would forget this stuff, and I want to try and give some information about it. But so I don't know, I feel like it's hard to explain, and I've read articles about autonomic. It's snowing here and the plows are going by, sorry. But I've read like different articles on the autonomic response testing, and I feel like it's so confusing to like read an article and understand it. So you can look it up. I'll like include a link below, but I'll just try to explain it how it happened to me, I guess. So she had me lay on a table, and she does it with another person sitting, and she was touching my leg as I was like in a relaxed state laying on this table. And then, so this one person was holding on to my leg, and then my doctor was like holding on to her and like testing things. So I guess what they did, they used like the arm technique. So she would, I guess, like ask a question, or she would like hold these CD type things like over my body and everything, and ask a question. And I guess it was like, if the person's arm that was holding on to me would like tense up, that was meaning that like whatever that was that they were testing was blocking my body, or my body was feeling blocked by it. So that would be like a no, in other words. And then when it was relaxed and she could just push against the arm, that was like, yes, that's fine, my body's accepting it, or that was something that was causing harm with my body. So like, for example, she tested the Lyme disease, Bartonella, Babesia, Brucella. Those were some of them that she tested, and they all came back that they were like significantly causing harm to my body. And so I thought it was like pretty weird. I mean, like, I'm a believer in like all of this different kinesiology, I don't know, all that different stuff, but at the same time it was kind of like hard to believe, because it was just weird. Like, how can, I don't know, somebody's reflexes type tell what's going on with my body? But so this doctor that I saw, my naturopath doctor, she works with somebody else, and that other person was typically who I worked with while I was there. So this doctor that I saw, she knows some of my history but doesn't know it completely. So while she was doing the testing, she mentioned that both my parietal lobes in my brain, parietal lobes, were being affected significantly, and like had a lot of damage from all the co-infections and Lyme disease. And she actually didn't know that I had a brain SPECT scan, which showed that I did have significant damage in both my parietal lobes. So I guess that was kind of like proof, or like confirmation for me that like, okay, maybe this is legit. But I don't know, it was still so super weird, because she then tested some of the different medications I'm on and was saying that some of them were actually blocking my body, or like my body was not responding well to them. And one thing that she did tell me was that just because something may be blocking my body, or something may be coming up, or like, say if like the Lyme disease came back, that it wasn't something significant or whatever, it could mean that like you still, yes, I still have Lyme disease, but maybe it's just not something that is hurting me the most, if that makes sense. But yeah, so she went over all of that stuff, and then gave me a bunch of different medications to take. And I am struggling with that, because I already had like a huge list of medications that I had to take. But now trying to fit these into the schedule is just so difficult, because all of these medications can't be taken with everything else. And it's just, I'm already taking medications 10 times a day, and those all have to be separated from each other as well. So adding in all of these different ones is like, frustrating. But so let's go over some of the things that she put me on. She has me now taking zeolite powder. So that will bind everything like in my colon and like intestines and stuff, and like all of like bad toxins and like mold or any like bad bacteria and stuff like that. But so that is super crucial that you never take that close to anything else. So it's supposed to really be on an empty stomach. So she has me taking that at 5:30 in the morning, because I start taking medication at 6:30, my beta blocker. So it has to be an hour apart from that, obviously. Some other things that she has me taking is some sprays, and these are both for detoxing. They're called an intracell spray and a systemic detox spray. So I haven't actually started taking anything because I'm feeling a little bit under the weather right now and super tired from this busy weekend, but I'm hoping to start probably tomorrow or this weekend, so I'll definitely update about it. But another thing is this GI powder. It is disgusting. Like the smell of it, the texture of it. I took it before last year when I was with them, and I used to mix it with yogurt, and now I literally cannot take yogurt, like eat yogurt ever again, because it's just like, oh my god, it's like thick, and I don't know, I literally, like, just the smell of it makes me gag. So wish me luck with that. But supposedly they say it's like GI gold and it like will seriously help. So that I guess goes with like the zeolite powder, because the zeolite will obviously bind everything and like help get all the bad toxins out. And then the GI powder is supposed to like go in and kind of rebuild like good mucus and good bacteria stuff in your gut. So gross. But another thing I'm excited to start taking is chaga. I've heard really good things about chaga, and how it's a mushroom, by the way, and how like amazing it is. It's like anti-cancerous, and I don't know, it's supposed to really help with like autoimmune things, which they're assuming that I have autoimmune encephalitis, so they're hoping that this will really help build up my immunity. I'm just going to start by taking 2 capsules instead, twice a day. I may be going over to trying the tea, so if anybody has tried chaga or knows of like a good company, please let me know. I'd love to hear your experience with it. People say it's like amazing and it tastes like really good too, so we'll see. Some other things I'm taking is a Bartonella herb, because I said herb, it's definitely herb, but I don't know, whatever. I always say herb. Like, why would the H be in there? Am I right? But okay, whatever. My Bartonella was one of like the main things, I guess, that is affecting my body right now, or I don't know, one of the highest things she said is Bartonella and Babesia. So I'm going to be taking some Bartonella tinctures, what else am I taking? Oh, and some neuro spray, which is also a detox, and I'm just taking that at nighttime. But so this is all week 1, and then she wants me to slowly start coming off of some of the antibiotic medications I'm on to, pretty much we're hoping that all of this stuff that she's giving me is mostly detoxing stuff. So we're hoping that if I can kind of start to wean back on some of the antibiotics and take like a break from them, we can build my immune system up, get my gut in better shape and everything, and hopefully that'll give me, my body, more strength to fight off like the Bartonella and Babesia and everything else that's going on. She also found a virus in me. She didn't clarify which virus or anything it was, but that's super typical with Lyme disease as well. But yeah, so this is just week 1 of the autonomic response testing results and everything, and hopefully it'll go well. I tend to have some like really strong reactions from natural remedies, homeopathic stuff. I don't know about anybody else, but I seem to like just react much stronger to those versus antibiotics. So fingers crossed I don't get too sick, but I am looking forward to switching up my regimen and seeing if hopefully this path will lead me to getting a bit better and feeling better and boosting up my energy and stuff. So wish me luck. I'll definitely keep y'all updated, and I appreciate you watching. I hope you subscribe to my channel, share with your friends, leave me some comments, send me a message on Instagram, whatever you feel like. I'd love to hear from you, and I hope y'all have a good day.